Hi guys, we are now leaving our nice hotel in Budweis. Now we ride out of the elevator and we wait a bit for the rest of the guys to come down. Before riding ahead into the day, we needed some petrol and to check the tire pressure and to lubricate the chain for those with chains. We leave Budweis in fantastic weather. Our planned route was closed because of road work, so we had to take an alternative route. Now this was our alternative route there on the left, also closed, so let's see where this takes us. This turned out to be a very nice road, with gentle turns and twists through woods and residential area. Again, we are in some beautiful countryside in the Czech Republic. It surprised me to see two Santa Clauses ahead, but they turned out to be workers. These guys were advertising a death metal festival, but we didn't make it, we had to continue. The Sarski pond, very nice lake, and I kept looking for fish without success. I looked it up afterwards and apparently there is fish in the lake. Pretty beautiful, isn't it? That's our first really tight turn in this trip, but definitely not the last one. There are some beautiful buildings in the Czech Republic. This one looks like a palace, but what it is, I don't really know. Here we are at the border crossing between the Czech Republic and Austria. Now we are in Austria. Does it look a little bit greener and a little bit tidier? It felt like that. We could now see the houses in Vetra. Hopefully some coffee to have there. Indeed, we found a nice place for coffee in Vetra. After a good cup of coffee, we were in the mood to keep riding. And off we go from Vetra. another lake to drive by, Rudmanser Teich, I think it's called. Sorry for the bug on the lens, I'll clean that off later. There were countless vineyards during our trip. Here is one of them. Suddenly, we were passing the Danube at Krems. Danube is quite a river. A short stop to stretch our legs and get some water. It was getting more and more important to drink water as the heat increased. And we also wanted to have a view of the Benedictiner Stift, Budweis, the Budweis Abbey. There it is. Riding through the farmlands of Austria, we were starting to get hungry. When we got closer to St. Pölten, Wally took the lead. He has a good nose for restaurants. We still had to drive around town a bit before finding a place. and we found a restaurant, a Chinese this time. Happy and full after a good lunch, we ride on. Soon we rode into this valley, Tal, I think it's called, a real gem to ride through. It was so clean and green, and the really nice towns and villages were like pearls on a string. I believe this is one of the big wine growing regions in Austria. Look at that house, typical Austrian, decorated with flowers. Now a petrol stop, and while the others were filling up, we had time for a chat. After filling up the bikes, we needed some coffee ourselves and found this place in Berndorf to rest and have some coffee. After the coffee break, they checked my top box before heading off, because I tended to forget to lock it. The land is really flat down there as we get closer to the border with Hungary. Those guys were smiling at us as we drove past. Now we are passing the border out of Austria and then into Hungary. We are now reaching our hotel in the outskirts of Sopron, Hungary. We had asked for inside parking for our bikes, and they offered us this tiny shed to stuff all 5 bikes into, but we did manage. In the next episode, we leave Hungary, we ride some Austrian autobahns, we have a major stop, and we ride through some towns.